Welcome back to Mudbug Adventures. Today we're going to show you how we can install the Jeep tailgate table that we got from SUPAREE on Amazon, and we'll include a link to it in the description below. Alright guys, so we got our tailgate table from SUPAREE products on Amazon, and that's their card if you want to look at it. We're going to put that on here on our tailgate today. I'm pretty excited about it. We haven't had one so we're going to show you how to install it and maybe put it to use today. There are some things you're going to need though to do this. It comes with this really cool template. So you just tape this onto your tailgate in the correct location, and then you center punch your holes and drill them out, which makes it a lot easier without having to hold this thing up. It is pretty heavy, which I'm thinking is probably a pretty good product. You're also going to need a rivet nut tool. Now, to be fair, we saw some of the comments were negative about rivet nut tools, about having to have one. It is in the description. You got to have this to install it, okay? And then I have rivet nuts, but it does come with rivet nuts. Let me find them here. There we go. Here's one. Here's one that's off the table. So it does come with rivet nuts and the bolt to hold the table on once you put the rivet nuts in. You'll need a drill, of course, and I've got some extra drill bits because they give you one drill bit the size of the rivet nut tool, but it's usually pretty hard to start a hole with a bit that big, so I'm going to start out with a smaller hole. But I also forgot to mention painter's tape, and that's to hold this on. And it's hot today, so we've got ice water, nice and cool. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna pull off some couple little tabs of painter's tape, have them ready to go. There we go. Now what it says to do is push it up against this little plastic vent here. I don't know, kind of push it over to the side. I'm going to move it over just a little bit more. Basically just put it up here against this cover for it moved against this cover, and position it where you want it. Here's one. There's two. Here, just for good measure, let's put one down here like that. Let's put one over here too. Okay, I got my handy chair. I didn't want to kneel on the ground for all this, so I'm just using a pilot bit, basically get me a small hole started for everything, and we're just going to drill directly into the center of the markings, I guess the little targets here. Alright guys, so as you can see, we broke a drill bit. I had to take this little vent cover off, and inside of here there's a piece of metal, and it slopes, I guess you could say, curves, and if I take a smaller bit, I go in and I hit that, and what it does, it's pushing the bit off. So it's definitely something that you're gonna have to look out for, when you start drilling this. We did some measuring. I can't move it over like it says. It says you're supposed to go up against this plastic vent here, because that puts me even more into that curved piece of metal there in the back than it was before. To miss it completely, I got to go down, but I can't go down because then it puts the table too far under the tailgate to close properly, and this piece of metal goes. Wow, it goes way over here. I can't even reach it. So that means I can't even move it over here to get away from it. So we're going to have to try to drill that hole out, and hopefully it'll be deep enough for the rivet nut. We'll just drill out and see. Yeah, so there's where we start hitting that piece of metal that's back there. So my rivet nut does not sit flush like I need it to. So we're going to have to try to drill that that piece of metal out behind it. So I've got a smaller bit again. I'm just going to go inside and see what we can do. All right, we put the template back up. Now we're going to do the top one. All right, so that one, guys, went all the way through. So it went on the it went through the metal of that on a flat spot. It's just that it's not flat down at the bottom. That's where your curvature is. That makes it tough. Go ahead and drill the others out now. All right. Now we can take the template off.
So at least for our door, the only problem is the one screw.
Correct. Yeah.
It's not too bad.
So guys, before you do it, you may want to pull this little vent off. See what you've got behind here on this side, because we're doing this on a 2008 JK, and I haven't done this on any other Jeep, so I really don't know what's behind there. The bit that comes with it, I had to do from the pilot hole. I had to step up 2 times before I finally got this bit, because you just can't drill. I mean, I guess if you just laid into it for a while, you could, but it's just not effective. There we go. All right, so once we got through this, I had to drill the back plate out that's in there as well, and now it works just fine. I'm pretty happy with it. These are M6 rivet nuts, so you will need an M6 die on your rivet nut tool. Roll on there all the way. I did want to also mention on this that the drill bit that comes with the kit is a 5/16. These M6 rivet nuts, even according to the instructions, take a 3/8 inch. So you're going to have a 3/8 inch drill bit, because the one that comes with it will not make the hole big enough for your rivet nut. Put it in there. Give it another good one. There you go. There's one. Then you do all of them the same way. Okay, we're going to put it on now. I'm going to use a drill. It comes with an Allen wrench, but I've got this. So it comes with these little bump stops. These are the ones that go on the top, and there's a rubber piece that goes on here, and that's what the device bumps up against. Now we got to line it up. It's kind of crooked, so I think what we're going to have to do is loosen these bolts right here. They give you a wrench for that. So that's what we're going to do, because it needs to shift a little bit. This hole here is off, and when I look at it, it's not lined up, it's not square. So that's what we're going to do next. All right, so what I'm doing, guys, is I'm just loosening the bolts for the shelves. The instruction manual says to put the top shelf on first, but mine came pre-assembled, so I wasn't able to do the top shelf first. But by loosening the bolts, you see you can square it up now. And if you have any issues like I did with like one of your holes matching, you can square it up, and then we'll tighten it after we're done. So now I can put my last bolt in up here, and that side uses one of the ones with the spacer that gets the little rubber bump stop as well. So basically all I'm doing right now is I'm making sure it's square. I'm just kind of using like the body line there on this side. One of the problems I'm having is as the bolt tightens down, it spins and it pushes that bracket off. It needs a washer under it. It does not come with washers. The hole is pretty big for this head, and this head's wedging into the hole, and it's kicking it when I'm trying to level it, and it's taking it off level. So I just went in the garage, grabbed a couple of washers. That way it'll give it something to spin on. There we go. Yeah, it worked a lot better. And put one in the other side as well. Now the top one, you don't have that problem because you got that bump stop that acts as a washer. All right, now we can retighten the 4 frame bolts, and our table will be ready for use. All right, so next we're going to put our bump stops in. Just a little rubber thing, it presses into there. Okay, because of the little pins, I got to put it in backwards. You're always supposed to put this in first, but see, I can't get it past the pins. So I got to put it in like this with the snaps first, and then bend mine in. I don't like doing it that way, but it's what I have to do because of the little pull pins for the shelf. All right, so now it's installed, you know, kind of hold the little pins. This makes it real hard to get in there. That's just part of the Jeep, though. And this is a dual level table, so that's pretty cool, but there's what it looks like when it's folded up. All right, guys, we're inside the Jeep. Margaret's shutting the door. That's just to give you an idea of how well it fits, like next to the carpet. All right, guys, I hope that helps you get a visual of the install of our Jeep tailgate table. We just kind of threw some stuff out here. You know, watermelon, we like to take watermelon out on trails because it really hydrates you. Our tailgate was kind of dirty, sorry about that. We actually did come back from last week of off-roading, and I just never really cleaned the Jeep. So anyway, I hope that helps. Hope you enjoy the video from Mudbug Adventures, and be sure and hit our subscribe button and visit mudbugadventures.com.